Hey guys, this is me again. True, I want to talk about a true story. This story happened about a year and a half ago. I just broke up with my girlfriend, and I was going through a really bad time. Now the funny thing was is that I did not see this coming. For example, the month before, she was out of town for like months. It was out of town. We spent one weekend together. It was like the best weekend for both of us. We chatted. Then all of a sudden, she comes back into town. Then, of course, when my money ran out, she bounced. Nice lesson right there. Then what happened is her twin sister, and her best friend shows up. Wanted to hang out, make some money, coming down here and make some money because for some strange reason the bars out there is too crowded. It's too much competition. They figure they come to work at the bars out here, they can make some quick money really fast, and they can do that. So what happened is I look up. I was like, well, okay, fine. So naturally they say, oh, I'm sorry about you and this woman. Oh, she did you wrong. She did this wrong, this wrong. Oh, it was this and this. Then all of a sudden, hey, we're gonna be in town. Do you mind if you take us around a little bit? And of course, me going through some depression, I said, sure, why not? Why? Because at least me hanging out with these little ladies right here. Of course, she's gonna find out. Of course, she's gonna find out because I know they're gonna tell her. But then again, she cares. The answer is no. But the idea behind it is that I needed something to focus on. Long story short, the twin sister was here for a hot second because those two could not get along because of other things that was going on. And I might, I'm not sure if I told the story or not. I don't know. But what happened is she decides to. She goes to me. She goes, "Hey, can you drive me to my hometown, which is 2.5 hours away?" I'm like, "Hell no! I'm not driving you to. I don't know. Hell, I'll drive you to the bus stop. Get on the bus, skedaddle." Well, I need to get out right now. I'm like, nope. I'm like, no, because here's the thing. Here I am. I'm working up to 10 hours. Then I come to your hotel and be hanging out there for 4 to 5 hours while you trying to figure out what you're going to do to go to work. Then take you to work. Then go home, do my eating, run around, and everything else. Then come all the way back. Then come all the way back to pick them up late at night. Then do that and go home. I'm like, it's too much. So then she was like, okay, hey, just if you could drive me halfway to this town right here, I can get somebody. I can get somebody to come and take me home. I'm like, okay. So what happened was, we all three of us pile in the car. We drive to that one part. Now this what now this now funny thing what's happening is, now this girl, I was sitting there. She didn't think I was paying attention, but she was like counting money. She had a good 300 to 400. I'm kind of guessing that she had a good $300 to $400 there. Now, here's the funny thing is, dude, do you think that this person here would say, "Hey, Art, you've been driving us around, you've been doing all this stuff for us. Here's $100." You think that happened? No. What happened is she goes, "Oh, I gotta pay this guy to try to take me home." I said, "Well, what about me?" "Oh, don't worry, I got you." And like a dumbass, I was like, "Sure, why not? Yeah, you got me. Okay, fine." Did she ever pay me back for anything? No. Her Now what happened? My ex girlfriend's best friend is still in town. So what happened is she's like, because I didn't go to work that night because of the something happened between them. I didn't go to work, so I didn't make enough money to pay for the hotel room. So I said, you know what I'll do? I'll pay for tonight. Oh, okay, cool. That'd be awesome. We can hang out then. Basically, she spent most half the day passed out. I'm just sitting there. Nice. But here's the funny thing is, now Here's the thing. This is where the manipulations comes into play, and if your depression and plus you're simping at the same time, simping slash white knighting at the same time. Think about this. That hotel, the average cost of the room was like about $70 a night. Of course, they couldn't go to a cheaper hotel. Of course, no, they had to go to this one, a Howard Johnson, which is a little bit more fancier. Now, what happened was I paid about 20 days. That's what I paid to keep this girl in this hotel. While now the fun thing is, while that was going on, I was working overtime as much as I can to help pay for this. I'm eating ramen noodles. This girl does whatever she wants. I didn't make enough. And every night, I didn't make enough money. But this bitch always had enough money to go drinking and do whatever the hell she wanted to do. And I'm like, where's this at? One day I said, okay, well, she goes, I'm gonna hang out with some girls tonight after she got off of work. I took her back to I'm gonna hang out with some girls. I'm like, okay, fine. She goes, can you give me the money for the room tomorrow? Because you're gonna be at work. I'm like, sure, why not? So that was like 70, $80. Okay. So what happened is I called the hotel. I was like, hey. So I called the hotel. I was like, hey, room, blah blah blah. They goes, that person's not there. They checked out. I'm like, what do you mean they checked out? That person checked out. I'm sitting right here. Wait, I gave that person money to pay for that stuff. So then what happened? I didn't hear that person. I didn't hear from that person for 2 or 3 days, for about 3 to 4 days. All of a sudden, about 2 o'clock in the morning, that person calls me up. Oh, hey, how's it going? I need your help. I need to get out of this place. And I'm like, oh, really now? Now, mind you, I paid that. You saw that amount. You saw that amount that I paid to technically stay in that hotel for almost a month. All of a sudden, this person was supposedly working, making money, and then all of a sudden I find out late. So what happened was, so I go pick this bitch up at about 2:30 in the morning. Yes, I said bitch this time because she was pissing me off. I pick her up. I'm like, no, I'm not taking you to no hotel because I can't afford it. She goes, well, what about this? I said, I can't afford a hotel. I've been paying for you for a whole month. You've been working, and all the money that you made, what happened to it? Did you pay me back for some of it? Did you go down and say, hey, no, don't worry about it. I got this time because I made enough money. I got this time. No, it was always, Art, do you have the money to pay my hotel? Art, do you have the money to pay my hotel? And I'm sitting right here, I'm like, sure, why not? But now, so I kept her in my house for a day, too. Yeah. One question that you might ask yourselves: did I get anything out of this? No, I did not. The only thing I got was, oh, I thank you for helping me out. That's all I got. Which is fine. Now, here's the funny thing is, that's fine, but I'd rather have some money. I would rather have some money instead of, tell you the truth, if she would show me some appreciation, that would be nice, but I'd rather have the money instead because I can't live off of the appreciation. Appreciation is nice, but the money would have been a hell of a lot better. So what happened was, I rented a car. I ended up renting a car because I was thinking about buying this kind of car. So I rented a car. So I was driving around. She was like, I want to go home. I'm like, okay, fine. Here's a bus ticket. I'll get you. No, but I gotta, somehow I got talked into driving this bitch home. And I'm like, this bitch is starting to drive me insane. As you know, as I'm calling her a bitch now instead of a woman. Next, all of a sudden, I'm driving this bitch home. 2.5 hours on the way home. The funny thing is, this bitch had no phone, so what happened? She's using my phone. Because she don't have a phone of her own. And I'm like, oh, boy. this sucks. This sucks so bad. Now, mind you, while she was using my phone, she was deleting messages off of other people that she knows, like my ex-girlfriend, and my messages she didn't touch, but her sister's messages between me and her, she was reading it and deleting those texts because what happened was because she was talking shit about her, and I didn't say anything. I was like, okay, fine. It's kind of funny how she didn't realize some of those messages I changed the phone number, changed the name, so that she couldn't figure it out. But anyway, I still got those texts. So she goes away. I don't hear from her. So as soon as I drop her off home, she talks to me for like a day or two, drops off the face of the earth. Oh, don't worry, I got some money coming. I got some money. And the funny thing is, you hear this. Here's the line I always get. I got you. Here's some lines I always. Here's some lines that I always hear. I got you. Don't worry, I got money coming. And the reason why I'm talking about this video right now is because my man Tony made a video recently, and I finally saw it, and I had to watch it. Watched it. Had to watch it again this morning, and that's what brought on my story. His what he was talking about, how they're not going to pay you back. They're not going to pay you back. This story right here illustrates that fact. So now, months later, she contacts me. Oh, everything's going good. I'm clean. I'm doing better. I'm finding a job. Blah 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 blah. And I'm sitting around like, yeah, why? Why are you calling me? Now the funny thing is, she has her family. She has a family. She may be estranged from her family, but she has a family. She has a boyfriend, loser boyfriend who can't even keep a job, don't even work. She was supporting, according to her story, she was supporting him. And according to other people that know this person, she was supporting this motherfucker and her kids, and his kid and her kid. Loser boyfriend. All of a sudden, I'm like, you got all these people, but why are you coming to me? You know why you coming to me? Because I got the money. You want money. You know you can't go to them without hearing some lip on it. But you sell Art a story, he'll give you the money. Okay. So she tells me a story how this and this and this. Oh, I need some money for rent. Oh, okay. So like, how much you need? 200. Oh, okay, fine. Here I am, wiring you $200. I need money. Here's another $100. Couple weeks later, oh, I need here a couple $100. All of a sudden, I look up and I was like, wait, hold on a second. Why am I wiring this bitch all this money? Because she's gonna promise to pay me back. Okay, I'm in that mode of, oh, you're gonna pay this bitch is gonna pay me back. Okay, so it doesn't matter how much money I'm gonna give out, because sooner or later it's gonna come back to me. That's the reality of it. So then all of a sudden, she's hanging out with some girls. She's living with these people. She's living with some of these girls. Her and her friends got this house or apartment. She was living with some people. And I'm sitting here, wait, hold on. This person knows you're struggling, but why they're stressing you for money? Why are they stressing Art for money? Well, because Art will give out some money. After a while, I looked up and I was like, you know what? This is enough. This is too much. And a lot of times when you look at certain things, you look at it as too much. And then all of a sudden, The last one time I talked to her, she said, "Oh, don't worry, I got some things lined up. As soon as I make it bigger, once I get the better job, I'll start paying you back." Honest to God, I'm sitting right here like, if she could pay me 2 grand, I would settle for 2 grand and boom, be done with it. One day she looks up and she goes, "Fuck off." I was hanging out with her. I was hanging out with my ex twin sister. We went out to dinner, and she tells me to go fuck off. I'm like, what the fuck is that all about? No, here's the thing. Sooner or later, I'm going to come around asking for my money back. So here's the thing. So this is my line thing is, if I burn the bridge with him right now that I don't want to talk to him, don't want anything to do with him, I don't have to pay this motherfucker back. And guess why I don't have to pay this back? Because according to that video, which I saw this morning, and it makes sense, they're not going to pay you back. So here I am. So I basically floated. So basically, I helped this bitch for about 6 to almost a year, and for some reason it just keeps dominoes. So what happened? They burned the bridge so that way I can't ask for that money back. Now the funny thing is, I'm still friends with her on Facebook, but if I mention something, she completely ignores it. Which I'm surprised she didn't just ban me from Facebook, which is kind of strange. Maybe because of the fact that sooner or later she's gonna try to open the door to see if I can give her some money. But anyway, if you're a wrestling fan, there's a term. It's called a mark. A mark in the wrestling term means a super fan who studies everything and knows everything. So what happens when you see like for example, if you have a favorite wrestler, you know everything about him. You freak out, you fanboy. Okay, but the word mark also refers to another term which thieves use, what they call easy prey. So what happened was these people realized that art's easy prey. You sell art a story, and guess what? Art will give you money. If that story sounds plausible enough, art will give you money. And what happened? True to life, I fell for it again and again and again. And it's an addiction. An addiction. Which means that you'll fall for it all the time because all I have to do is pull out a good story. If I say, hey guys, guess what? Let's say, for example, if I come up to you and say, hey man, I need money for this. Nine times out of ten, you guys will have some good nature. Will here you go. But me, thanks suckers. That's the idea. Thank you suckers, and that's how it is. You just been marked. But anyway, like I said, I'm trying to unmark myself. Sometimes I fail, sometimes I surpass myself, sometimes I hold fast and true. But like I said, this is a story that happened to me. Started off a year and a half ago and ended months ago. When I started realizing the kind of behavior I was exhibiting, that's when that stuff started to happen. Because sooner or later, they're gonna look up, like for example, like the Netta bitch. All I had to do was threaten Art's job, and he would just cough out the money. My man Tony was like, "Fuck that bitch." Well, he didn't say that, but he was like, the idea behind it is like that bitch ain't doing shit to you. She's just saying it to get a rise out of you, so that way you get your money. Then all of a sudden, boom. Once you don't do it, watch nothing happen. So far, nothing happened. So hey, that's how it is, right? But anyway, sorry this is going on too long. And after watching Tony's video this morning for the second time, last time was late last night, and I kind of like was out of it. But I was compelled to actually do this today. I was going to do this during my job, but it was kind of hectic that day today. But with that, have have a good night on Friday. And my next video that I'm going to do is kind of more on a serious tip. Not like this is not serious, but this is just a story time of what happened. Talk to you later.